Hey Jim, Jonathan here. Just wanted to shoot this quick video to check in with you and kind of show you what I've been working on and just get on the same page. So I made this file in Google Drive to keep track of the work that we talk about. And later on, if you want to, I can give you access to this, and you'd be able to log in and make changes to it. So if you have a good idea or something, you'd be able to log into the Google Drive and just make an addition to this page, like new idea. It didn't type, but you get the idea. New idea, and type it in there, and then you would close it, and then next time I log in, I'd be able to see that you had a new idea. So we don't have to do that. I'm just letting you know that's a possibility. But what I did do is I wrote down some of the stuff that we talked about last time. I've been working on it a little bit, so I wanted to shoot this video to just move forward on that stuff. So the first thing that we were talking about was Facebook stuff. You wanted me to make a couple changes to your Facebook page, and so the first thing that I want to talk about is in order for me to make changes, you need to add me as a page admin. You can add someone as a page admin, and then they can make changes. So here's how you do that. I was just going to show you that. So you log into your Facebook, and then you click on this little down arrow that's up here, and you go to see more, because it'll show you your pages that you have here, and you use Facebook as, and then I have to click on see more. You pick the page. If Pasquale's page is right here, then click on it. If it's not, click on see more. I don't know how many pages you have. I've got way too many, so I have to click see more. Okay, so here's the pages, and then here's what it is. I made this sample page for you to just kind of show you what some of the options are. So let's take a look here. Here's the page that I made for you, but what I'm going to show you is, first of all, how to add someone as an admin. So let this load up here. Okay, so you're on the Pasquale's page. It should look something like this, and you click on settings. Now, one thing I do want to mention here, I think this had something to do with why you weren't able to remove posts the other day, and we'll get into that in a minute. But just make sure that it says posting as, and then the page name instead of yourself. See how you can select this, and I can post as me. We don't want that. We want to make sure that we're posting as the page. So right now the page is Jim decamp. I'm sorry, and then so you would want to make sure that Pasquale's is in there. I think that might have had something to do with what the problem we were seeing at your office the other day when you were asking me how to remove a post, and it's pretty much the easiest thing in the world, but we weren't able to do it. The only thing we saw was this. So anyway, we'll get into that, but let's go back to how to add a manager, right? So you click on settings, and then we click on page roles right here. Okay, and then you type someone's name in there if you're friends with them, or their email address. So my email address is jonathanmicah@gmail.com. So put that in there, and then click save there. Make sure admin is changed there. It tells you what each one of these roles does. You can make, and each one of them has less and less. Admin has the most privileges, and analyst has the least. They can just look. Analyst can just look at the page. They can't really change it. Admin pretty much has full control. But I need to be an admin so I can manage aspects of the page and whatnot. So in order to make some changes to the page, if that's what we're talking about doing, this I'll need to be added. So you hit save, and you need to enter your password here. Submit, and then I have an error here because I tried to add myself, which is something you can't do, but it'll send it to me. So there's that. Okay, so moving on, let's go back to this page here. So I made this page just to kind of just to make a little sample of what we could do with the Pasquale's page. And first of all, I made it as, because you mentioned wanting to promote your mortgage mortgage business, and I wanted to ask: is broker, is that the proper term? That's the category that Facebook wanted to put us in, but if broker is not the right term, I will stop using it. But for now, I'm using broker. So let me know on that. But so this page here, we can use this to market and promote your mortgage business. Thinking here, but I haven't put anything on it yet. I just put this image because I found it on your website, and then this is just a standard background. We can change all this, or we can even delete this page if you don't want it online. It's just a sample to this kind of a sandbox that I was using to play in to see what kind of apps that we could put on Pasquale's Facebook page, because you wanted to change some of the apps, put the menu on there. The menu's outdated, so you wanted to update to the current menu. So I was going to find an app that would help us do that. So that's what I did. So here's some of the apps that I came up with for the Pasquale's page. First of all, okay, there's two different types of apps on here. This app, Apply Online. Well, let's see what it is. I was going to say I thought this might be more for your mortgage business than it would be for Pasquale's, but let's see what and my computer is a little bit slow. It runs slower when I shoot these videos, so bear with me, please. The page. I'm going to scroll down here real quick to show you everything that's on it right now. Okay, and how it's laid out. Left here is kind of like this. You can order, put it in different orders, or you can take them out. Like if you don't want certain things on there, you can move them around. Put things that put the about right here if you wanted it up there at the top, or here's a list of all of the apps that we've installed on the page, and you'll see the apps in a minute. Those are what let us put a menu on there and stuff like that. So I used to not list these. These apps also can have custom photos, which we will do on the finished version. I just didn't do it here just because it's a kind of a mock-up. This shows photos that you've recently posted. Again, we may or may not want to have that on there. The way it looks right now is not so great, so it need to be optimized. Posts to page show when someone else, a visitor, comes and posts something to your page, it'll show up here. Again, you can choose to turn that off. And then there's reviews. You'll see that this guy John Rapp really likes what you're doing there, Jim, with your mortgage services, because he gave you a 5-star rating. Whenever someone comes to the page, they can click these stars to give you a quick rating, and choose whether or not to leave a testimonial or whatever. So there's that function on there. All this stuff can be changed. We can hide this stuff. We probably don't need to have that being shown. But again, this is just. Oh, I'm sorry. Highlight it again. This is just a mock-up. Here's a post that I made for you. It's just I copied and pasted stuff that you had from here onto here. And again, this is just for example. Use that image because we were talking about the other night in your office. People like to click on images, so I put that there. But again, this is just for template design. So okay, let's get into these apps. These apps right here are what let us put different things on the page. So if we click Apply Online for free, this one is tailored towards your mortgage business. And once it finally loads, you'll see. Okay, this is the app here. This will not be there when visitors are there. This is only for the page administrator to see. Let's click View as a visitor to open the visitor mode. The way I did this is how we messed with the apps. This thing called Thunder Penny. There's different ones you can use, but this one allows you to do everything that I'm about to show you. So okay, apply online for free, right? You click on that, and now what this is it lets you put, what this particular app does is it lets you, it's called static HTML or FBML, Facebook markup language. It's Facebook's take on their own code. It's kind of like their own code that they use or whatever. Anyway, the point of it is you can take anything that's from any website like this and embed it in there, like we were talking about. You can view the page source, and so you could go to any website and view their page source, which is going to look like this. Waiting on it to load here. Okay, here's the page source for Hallmark Home Mortgage. You can, here's what, and here's the page source. You could take this whole thing, copy and paste it, or Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and you could go over here and just paste it in there. In fact, here's what it looks like if we do that. It's gonna look weird, but to give you an idea. Okay, here's what that would look like. I gotta be quick. I only have 5 minutes left on this video. It only lets you do 15 minutes. Okay, so let's preview it. See, I told you it looked messed up, but you can see how it generally transferred over most of the content. The pictures aren't there for a reason that I'm not gonna go into, but so you can see what's going on here. And, I mean, it doesn't have to look like this. You can put fonts in there and whatnot, but automatically it didn't. And all of this is a bunch of errors, stuff why it didn't work. So if we wanted to put that whole website on there, we would have to find a different way to do it, and that's fine. That's no problem. But I'm just showing you that for example. So let's go back to the app that I have made for you. So okay, apply online for free. This is real standard stuff. It would look better in the finished version, but again, this just gives you an idea of what you can do. I put these here, these buttons from your website, and then when people click on it, it goes to your personal URL, that's on here. So it says this right here, right? But that doesn't look like that links to your personal URL to where you get credit for it or whatever. This one has your employee ID in it, which you can see down here in the bottom of the page. Let me move this down a bit. Okay, when you hover over this, right, in the bottom left-hand corner, which I'm gonna have to move this down a bit. And okay, in the bottom corner, see it down there? You can see right here. It shows the URL, and at the end of the URL, you can see employee ID right there at the tail end of it. You'll see it there. Let me copy it here. Copy the link address. So here's the URL for that. I didn't put it on there. Okay, so here's the URL that I just copied, and you can see at the end of the URL, it's got your employee ID in it. So I'm gonna 99% assume that that's a link track. It's a link tracking code that allows them to know when someone is applying for your offer. So anyway, I used that code instead of this one because this one does not give you the credit. There's no link tracker on it. So anyway, a little bit about that. So that's what we did here. So when people click on here, it takes them to here, and that's your form that they're filling out there. So that's good stuff, right? So you can kind of get the basic idea of things that we could do. Just go to the tools and resources and whatnot. So let's move on to some of the other apps because I am running out of time. 2 minutes left. Maybe I'll have to do another video. Here's an app about a free coupon. I need to view it as a visitor again, but it's a way to give people on your Facebook page, give them a coupon. So you can be like, hey, I go to my Facebook page, right, and you get a free coupon for whatever website. Click on something, get a free coupon, and so they go to your page and they get that free coupon, and then hopefully they like your page and whatnot. And again, we're talking about using that for Pasquale's, not for the mortgage page. But if you have an idea of how to incorporate a coupon into the mortgage page, we can definitely do that. And here's just something I threw together: 20% off lunch order, the coupon code, and then you click on that, and they can go about using it. Okay, here's some more. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to shoot a second video. So okay, let's look at this one, Menu One. There's a couple different menu apps that I found, and so I think I have 2 installed on here currently. But I'm not going to go to the visitor. But again, if a visitor views it, they won't see this. What this is this app particularly, they want you to you have to upgrade or whatever. You have to pay them for the premium service, which is not a whole lot of money. But so we were talking about putting that. You said you wanted to have the full menu on the page, so that's what we got going on right here. When someone clicks on this menu, they get that. And again, we might be able to find another app that'll do it without having to pay for premium. Whatever app you're currently using might function like this as well. But you can see it's embedded the whole website in there. So if you click on our menu, well, obviously it goes there.